everyone, this is Michelle Cologne Johnson. I'm here today with Mary Riesberg on our Magical Mondays with Mary and Michelle. Today we decided to talk about something a little different. We're going to talk about how Mary's dream came to fruition. Mary's book was released, was it last month?
It was, yes, around last month.
Yep, so we're really excited. We're always sharing other people's stuff. And I think today is a special day because now we're going to share a little bit about Mary's dream, the things that she's accomplished. And that has to be really exciting to have your name out there.
It's been very exciting, and I love that you're the dream connector and Michelle's helping me share the dream with everybody. This is a dream come true. I know that I didn't plan on writing a book. It was an idea that was given to me. Those of you who know me know that I'm very faith-based, and the title of the book is God, Me, and My Hula-Hoop, Finding Balance and Momentum in Your Walk with Christ. And it was just one of those things that I absolutely had to do and had to complete and had to finish. And it's now living a dream that I didn't even know was out there, but it was taking hold of that and making it my own. And now the big part of the dream comes, which is getting it out to everybody else.
What's been really cool for me to watch Mary's journey is I actually got to be a part of this. We went, I think it was the Go-Giver retreat, was it?
It could have been.
It was the big event. The big event. And Mary actually completed her book at that event, so I got to watch every step of the way, and it's really cool when you're that close to the process. So I want to ask you a couple of questions like we do other people. How's that sound?
Okay.
I'm going to give you your dream instead of holding your dream, and I'm going to mention the title, God, Me, and My Hula-Hoop. So
I feel like I'm on a radio show.
You are on a radio show.
Now.
You are on Magical Mondays with Mary and Michelle. So tell everybody how you came up with that name. I know when she first told me that name, I was really fascinated by the story, and I'm sure they will be as well.
It's a long story, but the short story of it is I have 3 children, and when my older 2 children were younger, they're actually now 19 and 17. When they were younger, I would have them sit in a hula hoop as their personal space, or the area that they could actually control or allow things in and out of this particular space, this little diameter of a circle. And as they got older, I kept using that metaphor of a hula hoop, not so much in the physical sense, but just in how they could react or respond to the people that they were around or peer pressures that they were going through. And one day I was having some discussion with my oldest daughter, and the Holy Spirit just kind of came up like on those V8 commercials, and it just whacks you up upside the head. You could have had a V8. Well, Holy Spirit showed me that not only is your child in the center of the hula hoop, but that Jesus is in the center of everything. And
now this was like time out, right? This was their time out, what other people would call time out.
Yes, it could be a time out when they're younger, but then as they got older, of course, they're not going to sit in time out. But it was their mental time out where they could really think about everything that was going on with them and how it is that they wanted to respond. And again, all of a sudden, I saw where I was relying too much on my own doing and my child's own doing, and not putting God in the center of everything, which is really where He is to be in all of our lives, is my belief, tells me.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I have to ask this question I've been dying to ask you. When we were at that event, what did you feel like in that moment when you said, Michelle, I have to get up? And I was like, where's she going? And because we were at this event together with like 300 or 400 people, and she says, I have to go finish my book. And I was like, right now? And what were you thinking in that moment?
It was an inspiration hit, maybe like an inspiration, like an espresso. But there was so much inspiration going on at me at that time. I just had to go do something with it. I could not sit on it. And I think anybody who writes, and you work with a lot of writers, and you write yourself, that when this inspiration comes to you, you have no other choice but to act on it. You can't sit back and wait for it to magically appear, but you have to move. You have to take action on it, because there's no way you can sit still on it. And I think that's where a lot of passion comes from. Passion from writing the book, passion from getting the message out, passion from you working as a publicist, and it's just, you have to move on it because it's part of who you are now.
You actually did. I remember being in the hotel room with Mary, and I was in bed, almost asleep, and she's still typing away. She goes, I have to get it done. And when I woke up in the morning, she was still typing away. So I don't know why I haven't asked you that until now, but I was really curious. What
Forgot
gave
about
you
that.
urge? And for somebody out there who wants to write a book, just like you have, what would you tell them if to how to get started?
I would say to get started is to spend some time at the very beginning really reflecting on the message you want the book to hold. And then be open as you start writing the story or the book or whatever kind of material that you're writing. Be open to it changing and not being what it was you anticipated it to be. This end result is not where it started.
No.
And I know it's not done yet. And it's being open to the fact that I'm not completely tied into the outcome. I just know I have to get the message out. But spend some time just really getting clear on what it is that you want your underlying message to be. And then let passion take over. And don't stop when you're tired.
And another thing for you guys to remember is you don't have to do it alone. Like I know Mary had photographers, she had friends to give feedback. There were so many different moving parts to writing her book and putting it together. And unless you're in that moment, I don't think everybody understands exactly what all those parts are and how much time it takes.
It takes time, and that is a really good point because I let you proofread chapters of it. I taught it and spoke on this to several focus groups to get their feedback on it. So you have an idea of a book, but that doesn't mean you're going to go and get what you want in the next month. You can, and some people do that, but most people that I talk to and that you probably talk to, it takes a long time to get your book out there. And even then, I know this isn't perfect, and there are things I'm going to want to change, but it's more important that I get it out there than it is to have everything perfect. But it's a constant working process. It doesn't stop. Just like a hula hoop, it doesn't stop.
We even did hula hoop events, so it was really cool. Well, I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
I loved being a part of your journey. And you know what? We need to tell people where they can go to get a copy of your book.
They can go to my website, maryreesberg.com, and the last name is RIESBERG.com, or you can go to godhoop.com and order it off of there. It's also on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Family Christian Bookstore, all the different christianbooks.com. It's out there on pretty much any media that you want to go get it from.
I think that it's so great that you can help people find a balance in this chaotic world right now. So if you guys are looking for some kind of answers in your own life, and it won't be the same answers that Mary had because we're all going to have different answers, but it'll give you a balance, somewhere to start. And kind of like the book says, you have to start somewhere. So Mary, her symbol is to start inside of the hoop, which stands for God. So I think that's great.
Putting everything back in the center where it needs to be and letting you just serve the purpose that you're here for.
Absolutely.
That's what the book is about. Leave any comments below. Thank you. This is a longer video, but this is a pretty exciting time. And thank you, Michelle, for letting me put the book out there. This is really, really exciting. And any comments, feel free to leave them below.
That's right. Have a magical Monday.
Bye.
Bye.